YouTube, what is going on? We're back with another video. We're back with another video on Neverness to Everness. They got to change his name. I don't like this name. Neverness to Everness, NTE. I don't think it's that cute. I think it's weird, but whatever. So I wanted to go over the things that we officially know from this trailer, because there was a lot that was showed, and I want to break it down a little bit. And realistically, just again, go over everything. So let's look at this from the jump. This is a 4-party system. Sidebar, the designs give me massive Honkai Impact vibes. I really love the designs. I think they look very good. The world looks very vibrant, and they just are all unique. Like, I don't feel like I'm looking at the same character 5 times or the same model. So I'm really happy with the designs, honestly. Like, they're cute. This gives me like Encore vibes from Wuthering Waves, just not as dark, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, it's just dope. But so if we look here, again, a 4-party system, 1, 2, 3, 4. The layout is almost similar to Genshin in the sense where you have your level 1, your health bar. We don't know what R is yet. I don't know what that does. They didn't really show that in this trailer. You have your skill for E, Q, and then you have 3 things right here. Now, I believe those 3 little bars are actually some sort of dash. So if we look over here, they actually dash right now, and one of those bars goes away. But they're still dashing. So I don't know if, like, that's their stamina per se, or if there's, like, you can only dash a certain amount of times. Maybe you use that to, like, dodge and combat that. We don't necessarily know yet. The environment is just obviously beautiful. I think we already know that, right? That's a given. They do have vendors, and the world feels a bit more lively. Like, you can just walk into shops, and, like, the one thing about this is, like, there's no loading screen here. Like, I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but this homie just walked up into a shop, no loading screen, and walked out. Bought some sort of food buff right here, which you'll see in a moment. And then, like, they're just out. And then they just walk out, and it's, like, nothing. And it really is like an open world GTA, like, gacha. But, so, that's what you have there. Now, if we fast forward a little bit, we go into the combat. The combat looks smooth, man. This combat looks very smooth, and over here they will showcase a little bit more of the actual skills that they use and whatnot. I believe they show all 4 of these ultimates. We're going to cover the ultimates as well. So one thing to notice, there is an element system. There's, I guess, like, we're just going to call this arrow for now, right? The green/teal on the top right. We'll call this, like, the fusion or pyro. I don't know if this is just, like, physical damage or if this is an element itself. I really don't know. But there is some sort of elemental system in the game. And if you're going to notice here when they attack, so these are just straight up white numbers. And there's a bar over the head. That's a stun meter. So similar to I was about to say Wuthering Waves. Similar to Triple Z, there is a stun meter there, so that way after you hit an enemy a certain amount of times, I assume when they're stunned, they take more damage, their defense is down, etc., and you saw it did more damage when they stunned them, but actually killed them. So this is now that Animo type character where they swap to number 2, and you're going to start seeing some blue numbers here. I don't know if this is a swirl. It seems like it might be something with electricity. I don't know. Now, this is the first burst that they show. The first animation goes crazy, brother. This first animation goes insane. But so clearly, you know, there are elements. She was using dual blades. If you look at this again, I don't know if they really show a lot of her normal attacks. Let's back this up. Back it up. We'll rewind this again. We can just look how beautiful this looks. So it looks amazing. So single sword user, cool. And so yeah, she's using like two swords. I don't know if that's like its own weapon type. I would hope so. I think that'd be pretty cool and bring some depth to the combat. You know, dual sword that's faster but does less damage. Like, that'd be pretty sick. Again, first ult seems like just straight up DPS, and then that skill is a swirl type of deal where I don't know if it was providing CC per se. Let's see if it was providing CC. I believe it was a little bit. I can't tell if like that was CC or that enemy was just kind of moving to the circle. Probably not CC, but yeah, so pretty cool stuff right here. And then the environment's changing in real time, again with no loading screens or anything. Absolutely cinema. Like this is crazy. Like this stuff, this is what's making me really hyped for it. So, but if we go to some more combat here, obviously, I put a whole guide to my initial reaction to this. We're going to be skipping around to just showcase everything else. So now they're going to swap over to the Encore looking homie. They're going to go to 3 in a moment. Bam. There we go. So now, same thing. Again, R is not lighting up right now or anything like that. So I'm under the assumption this R button is going to be their grapple hook, their Spider-Man web, whatever that is. E and Q are, again, skill and burst, right? So this is their skill. They summon that little puppet, and they kind of just smash them on the floor, I guess, for like big AoE damage here. So we see it's on cooldown right now. Bam. E, and now it's on a 10. And I think it's summoned puppets on field as well. And Jesus Lord. And that's a lot of damage. So that's the other ultimate. I love how this homie's just using, like, it's like a monster on a stick. And then they swap to the 4th person. And this is the 4th ultimate as well. Massive AoE damage. Bam. Nothing too crazy here. Well, let me rephrase, because that shit looks insane. It does look dope. But, and then the rest of this, the fact that you can go around in a car is nutty. Jesus, I'm coughing. Like, it really does feel, from what they've shown, like a completely massive open world. Again, it is made in Unreal Engine 5, so I do think that we're going to have a lot of really cool features that we can't get in something like Withering Waves or Genshin. I don't know if Withering Waves is made in Unreal Engine 5. I don't know. You can correct me. The Withering Waves stands to be mad at me for saying that. But, and it does look like the environment is destructive, right? You hit that, it flew everywhere. This person actually almost killed someone in a, they almost ran someone over later on in the footage. You have customization with the cars as well, which is nice. Low-key, like Mario Kart, you see over here, like, the stats are changing. So I assume there's, like, speed, durability of the car and whatnot. So you obviously change the cosmetics and how it actually looks as well. Just really good stuff. Again, no loading screen here. Look here, and they're gonna walk into this, like, bank or whatever. No loading screen. Straight up just sat here and talked to this homegirl. I actually don't remember. What do they talk about? Oh, I guess this is like their version of like the teapot or something. You do have your own house, right? So then they actually drive. You go into this hotel, house, place, whatever it is. And here's another element of the gameplay that I don't really know how it's going to work. It is over here. So they casted their skill, and then when they casted their skill, I think I just reset the whole thing. Well, when they cast their skill, they're able to walk up. They're able to walk up the walls, right? And so I don't know if this is independent to this particular character, or this is going to be something that everybody can do. Actually, what we can do real quick is we can double check and see what her skill looked like in combat. See if her skill lit up like her feet. I don't think so. Like I for the split second there, I didn't see like the feet being lit up or anything. But then when you go over here, they do it. They cast their skill, so they cast their E, and then they're running up walls, and now there's like a little bit of a timer here as well. So I don't know if that's the duration of like how long you can climb up the walls. And then the gliding. The gliding is natural. I obviously don't think the gliding is a skill. I'm sure everyone is able to glide in the game, right? But that is pretty much like the meat and potatoes of the gameplay. I think they do a plunging attack here or something. Let's see. I don't remember. Yeah, I'm like 85% sure. Stamina system, nothing too crazy. That's normal. Yeah. And then they just kind of drive off, and then it ends off with this really nice cinematic that we're going to get to over here. A pretty sick chase. A really, really sick chase. And obviously we have to be cautiously out. Like, you notice how, like, the environments, like, stuff breaks. You can hit into things. Like, it's not like you can only drive in a straight line. Like, they're not allowing you to do anything stupid. The vibes are sick, bro. The vibes are immaculate, time Shandon. Yeah. And then bam. And ching, done. So we have more to expect. It says ready for more September 2024. So Pretty much the overall is four party system, combat similar to Genshin in terms of skill, ult. You do have a little type of extra little R, whatever that does. You have those dodges. There is an element system as we saw. We don't know exactly how the elements work. Is it going to be the same thing like Genshin, or is it going to be really similar to Lua and Windowing Waves, where it's really just like the shield is only there for that? Like you can't combine elements. I don't know. We'll see. I didn't really see anything indicating elements are combined. And you could potentially run up on the walls and stuff. We don't know about that yet. But the design and everything just looks sick. And obviously, it is open world, minimal loading screens from what we have seen, driving around, etc. That's pretty much the whole trailer summed up. Now, this is 100% pure speculation. But as I've spoken about before, Tectone on the Gacha cast with MTash and Doro and Gacha, we're all discussing. Well, Tectone in particular was discussing how he received an offer from a company that changed the name of their game, and it's coming sooner than people expect. And I think they dropped this pretty hard within the first 12, 18 hours. It's closer to 18 hours probably of dropping this. There's 14.7k followers on the Twitter page already, and yeah, I think this is coming a lot sooner than anyone expects. This is a pretty decent showcase, man, to drop a trailer off rip and say, hey, by the way, here's 13 minutes of gameplay and look out for more in September. Again, pure speculation, but I believe this is something that's going to come at the end of the month. Excuse me, not the end of the month, the end of the year or early 2025. I really believe that this game is probably cooking, has been cooking for quite some time. And again, there's not really the best track record with TOF. TOF was a little bit of a clusterfuck for a lot of reasons. But that is really everything that I've noticed, And again, these dynamic changes with no loading screens is really peak. So, and then the environment completely changes. You're back to normal. So it does seem to have a dark, intriguing side to it, while it's also a bright, vibrant place, which makes me really excited. So let me know what you think. Are you going to play? And do you like the title, Neverness to Everness? I just think it's a mouthful. Oh, I'm going to go play NTE. I feel like oh, people just abbreviate it. It's like, that is a title, brother. That is a title, Obviously, there's no information on Gacha systems or anything like that yet, but we'll see what happens. Let me know if I missed anything. I'll try to cover this as much as possible with as many updates as I can, because I'm I'm genuinely excited for this game. So with that being said, I love you. Mwah. I'll see you in the next.